So I don't want to, give myself a plug with this video or spend too much time talking about it just based off of what it's about. So my link tree's down there if you guys want to check it out. It would mean a lot if you did. But we're going to talk about 2,000 Meters to Andriivka from the same director that did 20 Days in Mariupol. It's from the director Mislav Chernov. I'm just going to say Chernov because I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm also going to be very careful the way that I word things just because I am monetized now and you got to watch out, you know, how you word things, how you say things. When I first watched 20 Days in Mariupol, which won an Academy Award, I really did enjoy it in terms of how fascinating I found it. It was very harrowing. And when I found out the director was making another documentary, which is based off of what's going on in Russia and Ukraine, which no matter what country you live in, people have pretty strong opinions on what's going on, so I'm not going to get into that at all. Yeah, this is the same thing. It's still a rough watch. Now, I don't know if I enjoy. I'm not even going to say the word enjoy. I don't know if I liked this one more than I did 20 Days in Mariupol. I honestly put them both neck to neck, if I'm being honest. But I will say it's definitely more intense because this is by far the most intense. In terms of seeing actual conflict firsthand on the battlefield, this is by far the most intense one I've ever seen. I think before this one, it probably would have been Restrepo. But 2,000 Meters to Andriivka, if you're not sure what it's about, Chernov and a journalist follow a Ukrainian platoon on a mission to liberate Russian-occupied Andriivka. So Andriivka is this town that there's 2,000 meters of forest that's just going straight across, like almost like a line. And they're trying to get to Andriivka to take the city back. Not really many spoilers because you can look this stuff up. But you get to see firsthand the conflict, and you get to see the POV of the soldiers involved, and you get to see casualties. I mean, this does not hold back at all. It's again, like I said, it's a very harrowing watch. But one thing that I found the most fascinating about this is really when you watch a documentary, usually at the very end of it, it'll say, okay, well, this is what's happened. This is where they are now. This is what happened to this individual. But as you're watching this, which I think is probably the most just the most gut punching thing about it, is when you're watching it, they'll basically say, this is the guy that we're going to follow throughout this documentary. 5 months from now, he was found, and they don't wait. They tell you. And again, it's when you see conflict, and this is something that I've always said about when you watch a war movie compared to actual conflict, compared to a video game, say like Call of Duty or something, which I have some friends that are in the military that have been overseas and such, and when it comes to conflict, when you watch footage, and I mean this respectfully, it's kind of boring compared to what you actually see, and it's just because of the movies are not what war is basically all about. There's a lot more to it. It's a lot more exhilarating actually being there, I'm pretty sure. The odd thing about 2,000 meters is I thought I knew just from a third person perspective what serving was like, based off of what I've seen. But no, it is intense. I mean, there are explosions. There are people like, how when you're, I dare to even compare it to something as, silly as a video game. But I mean, when you see the first person point of view, I guess what I'm saying is I've not seen it done like this. I guess that's what I'm saying is most of the time, like especially with something like Restrepo and stuff, which again, I don't want to compare one, firsthand, experience with conflict to another, but 2,000 Meters to Andriivka really does throw you into it, and it doesn't really stop. It separates the story from like 2,000 meters to 1,000 meters to 600 meters. But yeah, it is, I don't know, it's if you like documentaries, this is by far, you're probably going to end up watching this. It's not out yet. I don't know when the exact release date is. I just know the Sundance release date was January 23rd. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure what when it's coming out, but you probably will watch it. If you're a fan of documentaries, this will probably be one that you watch. You're going to be hearing about this a lot. And I also just want to say, I just want to shout out the filmmakers to this. Seriously, congratulations, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but this is why I don't really care to hear the opinions of what's going on in other places from people in my own country unless it involves our country. Like, I don't really care what your opinion is, and I mean that respectably, because I mean, you see people that are actually suffering, and going through this, and no matter what your opinions are, objectively there's something else going on that you're never going to be able to be a part of. And I think that's very important, and I think that's why stuff like this is important to watch. And you hear of a lot of people saying, oh, well, I'm tired of the world and it's kind of nice to escape from reality. I feel like I get so caught up in fictional stuff where when I see something that involves real world reality, I try to consume it because it is a nice change of pace. But yeah, very different video than what I'm usually used to making. I didn't want to have like, music playing in the background or do a bunch of cool cuts or whatever. Like, I just wanted to talk about 2,000 meters to Andriivka and recommend it to you guys when you guys do get a chance to watch it. Definitely check it out. It is from PBS distribution, so I don't think that you're going to have to worry about even paying for this. When I watched 20 Days in Mariupol, I did not have to pay for it. When I watched it, it was already on YouTube, but I ended up buying the DVD for it, so I will do the same thing with this. But anyway, guys, thanks for checking this out. Check out 2,000 Meters to Andriivka when it comes out. Add it to your watch list on Letterboxd. But anyway, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you guys next time.